Hi everybody. Today I'm going to talk about several vulnerabilities or weaknesses applying to the Okta and Spoke architecture and the ability to spoof the way people, actors are looking in the audit logs in Okta, as well as some inherent problems with the way most IDPs are structured and designed. So to start, I'm going to talk about what is the hub and spoke architecture. The hub and spoke architecture is the architecture Okta is recommending for distributed organizations to separate, for example, different business units or spokes from one main hub or central body of the organization and allow delegated management in each spoke, self-administration and so on, allowing them though to connect to everything else. The problem, which is inherent to all IDPs, to my knowledge, is that all IDPs that I'm aware of are implicitly trusting anything upstream. So the spokes are implicitly trusted by the hub is implicitly trusted by the downstream cloud applications, and so on and so forth. Now, to give you an example of deployment models of this type of architecture, we have the first deployment model, which is large organizations with multiple business units. And in this example, we see that each business unit has a spoke. The spokes are connected to the parent company hub, and the parent hub connects them to multiple cloud applications and other environments. Now, it's interesting to note that there can be protections for this. For example, in this example, a blending suffix was applied, not exactly a security mechanism, but luckily it is useful because it ensures that no person can cross other identity. Now, the question we should ask is, why should it even be possible at any given moment? Because if I can collide, I can cause very malicious actions by impersonating others. Now, a few other examples are data residency or spokes that are based on geographies, and spokes that are used to enable even outsource companies. In this example, there is a retail company with frequently needs to onboard and offboard based on seasonality, different contact centers, and they let the contact centers which are outsourced to manage their own spokes, connecting to the retail company hub and from them to the different systems. Now, this is an extremely worrying scenario because in this case, a junior admin, even an app admin in one of these contact centers can actually, the person who is responsible to delegate access to, for example, the main company, actually has the ability to impersonate people in the main company if security settings like the branding prefix were not applied. So before I continue there, I want to note that there are several mechanisms in Okta to prevent these type of scenarios, but I don't think they are actually highlighted as critical and a must. And it's the skill by default is not the situation here. If you are not actually aware that you have to configure this and design it properly, you are probably going to be susceptible to name and user collisions, allowing admins in these spokes to act as people in the hub. So without further ado, I will go to a spoke that I already pre-configured. As you can see here, the Okta org-to-org represents the connection to the main hub. Obviously, changes also need to happen in the main hub to enable the ability of the spoke to access. Now I'm going to go into the Okta org-to-org organization. And I'm going to go to the sign-on tab here, and I'm going to edit the sign-on setting. Now, by default, the sign-on setting is usually the Okta username or the email. But because of the way most IDPs are structured, you can actually customize the username. And this is meant to allow the application admins to transform the settings in the centralized IDP into the SSO connection to the right username or ID in the downstream application. Now, I'm going to use this maliciously by taking it and adding here an email address of an employee who is a super admin in the downstream hub. So basically, I'm going to take over a super administrator identity in the downstream hub. Now, I'm basically using the Okta expression language to do this, and I can save it now. I need to update the usernames after I saved it in order to actually have Okta cache of usernames, not remember my actual username, Galet.com, and instead use the user that the administrator that I'm impersonating. It done. Now I'll go to my end user dashboard and I will log into the Spoke, into the hub using this the Auto application. As you can see, I'm connected as Idan, the email address, using the email address that I actually used. And because of the way it works, it was overridden to use my username. Now, the interesting thing is I could override it to use any name. Now, I can try and do it now. I'm not sure if it will actually work because I might need the password for this user to do this. Let's see. Yep, because it's provisioned automatically, I can't actually do it. But I could do it if I was a standard user in the hub that actually logged into the hub. But why am I doing it? Let's go to the dashboard and let's see some important changes. For example, I can see that Peleg Dvir is another user, granted another user privilege. Now let's say I want to perform an action and make it look as if Chaim Bremer or Ron Lieberman, or in this particular case, Gal Diskin, and not Idan Shavit, who is the real name of this user, and not the name that I caused to be provisioned for the scope, actually did it. And I could do actually as a normally I would do it either way. So what I'm going to do is basically go to the directory and edit the details of this user that I am currently logged in as, and I'm going to, oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake here. So let's say I will do a malicious action now. For example, let's say I will grant somebody an admin card. So I'm going to go to the administrator screen, and I'm going to go to admins. I'm going to go and now and select individual, for example. The role of the API access management admin and save it. Now, what we expect to see in the dashboard that we've seen before is information about granting the user the privilege. And we can see that Kimberly Joseph was granted the privilege by Gal Diskin. But I'm not Gal Diskin. I'm currently connected as Idan Shavit to this tenant. Now, I will go ahead and drill down into this entity, and I see it's Gal Diskin. I will drill down another level, and I see the actor is Gal Diskin. I will drill down another level, and I see the display name is Gal Diskin, but the actual email or alternate ID is the unique ID, Idan Shavit. Now, this is very concerning because it's very hard for an admin who is looking at things at a glance at the dashboard to actually identify that this action should not have been done by this user. Okay, and with that, it concludes my demo. You've seen that one, I could use a user who is an app admin in a Spoke, not a highly privileged user, to impersonate a super admin in the hub, in the main organization. So escalating privilege from a sub-org unit, low admin, to the super admin running the entire hub or the entire main company, and all the downstream applications from there. And then you could see that I could take actions as this person using a different name. And these actions will show in the logs using the different name. So I hope that was instructional and interesting. And with that, I'm going to end this video, and I hope that you'll join future videos as well.